reached yet another milestone. We are at 150 of Ask the Night, and it's a William Jeffrey special. How you doing? His first question: what do you make of the supposed open letter about the Warner Brothers situation regarding the mess of the DC movies, including the claim that the Wonder Woman movie is in trouble? At this point in time, all we can go by is the senders, for a lack of a better description, benefit of the doubt, because until we see the proof in the pudding, all we can go by is their word on this. I'm really hoping the Wonder Woman movie is not in trouble, because Gal Gadot did such a good job with her performance in Dawn of Justice that you really want this movie to come together, and that theme is just badass of hers. As for the other details that was put forth to the Warner Brothers CEO, it is kind of reflecting a lot of the things that are going on, because Dawn of Justice should have been so much better. I mean, having seen the Ultra edition, it does fix a few of the problems, and actually having watched Cinema Wins' take on Dawn of Justice, some of the pieces actually make sense with regards to the Martha scene. It's like the fact that they both have their mothers had the same name as each other is irrelevant. It's the fact that Superman asks as a dying request, as Batman's trying to kill him, to save the life of another, to make Batman think, wait a minute, he's not who I thought it was, and it breaks him out of his kill rage. So that scene, with the context it has, it actually makes sense now. But yeah, a lot of the things, it's almost like CM Punk's pipe bomb from 2011. What was said in that letter is lampshading a lot of what we're all thinking, and that Warner Brothers really needs to step its game up. So I did take a lot of useful notes from that, to say, look, you're in trouble, you need to fix this. Question 2. Do you think the makers behind the much troubled remake of The Crow should quit while they're ahead due to the endless problem they have been experiencing getting off the ground, and should they even touch such a much loved film? You could argue this in the same context with why did they even reboot Ghostbusters, because I would argue that you only remake a movie if the original was terrible beyond recognition, and you have the means today with supposedly better writers and special and visual effects to do the story justice that was originally intended. If if it was a bad movie, then by all means have at it and go and make it better. But as you just highlighted, I mean, I've never seen The Crow. I know that a lot of people love it. I have no opinion of it, because I learned this the hard way years ago, folks. Don't give an opinion on something you haven't seen. I think with the way things are, since as you mentioned, The Crow is a much beloved fan classic, leave it alone. If it hasn't been able to get off the ground to do a remake, then maybe that's a sign. Maybe they should leave it alone. It's in the same context that we don't need a remake of Jurassic Park, and we most certainly do not need a remake of Back to the Future. That is like, Ghostbusters, Jurassic Park, and Back to the Future are like the cinematic trio of gold. You don't go there. And apart from that, there is only one Marty McFly, and his name is Michael J. Fox. That's all I have to say on that. Third question. What are your thoughts on the whole Jared Leto scenes as the Joker being cut right down, and do you think it could affect any future films with Jared Joker, as really we didn't get very much in a final performance to properly assess his version of the Joker due to the film's very heavy cutting of all those scenes. Got through that one. What we got of Leto's Joker was something very different, very perplexing and somewhat disturbing as well, but then again that's the whole point of the character. I do agree we needed to see more. I mean, maybe we'll see more of what he's capable of if he's in a future Justice League movie and if he's in a future Batman movie as well, because Leto offered something a little bit different to what we've seen with Nicholson and Ledger, especially being some of the more iconic ones. I like to think of Leto's Joker, from what I saw of him, it was building upon what Ledger tried to do with the voice, but it was going to a somewhat more traditional Joker, because you notice that the skin's bleached out, the green hair is natural, and it's not war paint, and you could tell the guy was trying to be comedic. The biggest problem I had with Heath Ledger's Joker is he wasn't comedic enough. To me, the whole point of the Joker is setting up the joke. And in all honesty, I think Heath Ledger's character would have been better off if it was called Anarchy, because that would have been more befitting, but that's just my opinion. But it does present a problem if Warner Brothers are going to do this thing where they do so much, as you say, heavy cutting that we don't see as much as we should, just so that we could get a better concept and understanding of what the character perception is going with. Whew, I got through that one just fine. Those have been your 3 questions for this week. You know how this shtick works by now. Leave a question in the comment section below if this is on Dynamic Night, YouTube, River City Gamers, or on Facebook. How you doing over there, by the way, River City Gamers? Or tweet a question to my Twitter link in the outro. But until next time, guys, ask again.